welcome back to Neurodiverse Wrestling Stats. I'm your host, John Arroyo. And boy, was AAA really good this week. We got a revive of a faction that's really popular in AAA. And I'm going to talk about why it's such a big deal that they got reborn. And the people in it could actually be big stars coming out of it. And how Undertaker maybe did some really good booking putting some of these people in this faction. As well as we got some really historical news for the women's division that I'm going to talk about that could shake up NXT and AAA's women's division overall if the outcome is this person winning the match. But it's a match announced and it seems pretty big and historic for AAA and NXT women's history. So I cannot wait to talk about that. As well as we had a killer three-way Cruiserweight championship match and a really good tag team match to still build up this giant monster storyline. So let's get into it. Before we do, please like, comment, subscribe, and now let's get on to the review. So we open up AAA this week with Mini Vikingo and El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. versus El Niño de Vikingo and Omos and Ojo Durian by ringside, aka the team La Ojos. And crazy tag team action. By the way, Wagner Jr. beat the hell out of Vikingo for stealing his championship, cheating. He got his lick back. He was hitting him with a big boot and then beating him up in the corner. He was getting the work in. But Vikingo pulled the max of Wagner beating him up. But then Mini Vikingo came in, and Mini Vikingo is a breakout star for me. He just went flying. The way he moves is unbelievable. The flips that he did off the ropes and then the spinning crossbody, like, it just, also the momentum. He is so fast. Like, it was so cool to see that. But then Omos came in, wrecked house, pretty much wrecked Mini Vikingo, whipping him around like a rag doll. At the end, all men got in a crazy brawl. And due to that, out of nowhere, Mini Vikingo was able to get the pin on Vikingo, the AAA Latin American champion, for the win. So Omos and Vikingo beat down Mini, and as well as Dr. Wagner. But Dr. Wagner Jr. brother showed up, Laredo, and he came in for a fight. But Omos literally took out both of the Wagner family with steel steps. So we don't know where this is going, but it's a really entertaining storyline. I like how we have now the Vikingos going at it, as well as the giant monsters going at it. So I cannot wait to see what this all accumulates by Triplemania. I feel like it's going to be some type of giant multi-man match, maybe for the Latin American Championship. And then we had Dirty Dominik Mysterio, the AAA Mega Champion, talk about he's not happy that he had to defend both nights at Triplemania, but if he does, he will. And he don't care that his dad is now the new manager of AAA because he's the best Mysterio, and anything he has to do to keep his title, he will. And he will be showing up soon in AAA for a match, but right now he's taking his time waiting for his challenger. And we see his challenger kind of get beaten up, so we don't know what this means, but I will talk about that soon. But Americano is going to maybe need to face some people before facing the top dog in Dominik Mysterio. Then we had the AAA Cruiserweight Championship match with Rey Fénix, Laredo Kid, and Lince Dorado. And I like Laredo Kid's new gimmick of he's the king of the Cruiserweights in AAA. He came out with the crown. Instead of Laredo Kid on his jacket, it said Laredo King. Like, really, like, being narcissistic. He's so mad about how he lost the title. I like it. And it did show in the match because right away he beat up both men, beating them up, not letting both men get any offense. But then out of nowhere, we had crazy back and forth movement. How Lince Dorado was able to hit a pair of Corona assists with Rey Fénix on Laredo Kid, and then a dropkick to the outside. Great back and forth sequences. And then out of nowhere, Great back and forth for Laredo Kid and Rey Fénix. Rey Fénix was able to hit a spin-in, tilting, well, slam, but only a 2. And then Lince came back in, beating everyone up, scratching people's backs, hitting backbreakers. Great back and forth sequences, but out of nowhere, Rey Fénix was able to take down Laredo, take out Lince out of the ring, and hit a Mexican Destroyer Pyro Driver for the win, retaining his AAA championship. So I cannot wait to see where this storyline goes as well. And a really solid Cruiserweight division. I love the Cruiserweight division in AAA, and it keeps like getting better and better, and I just love seeing their matches. Then we have the historic news that Rey Mysterio said. So Lola Vice will face Hiedra next week for the NXT Women's Championship for the first time ever in Mexico City. Lola Vice is going to do double duty because she also has to defend against Kendall Gray at Great American Bash. So will the one and only Vice City be able to take on Kendall Gray? And will she be able to keep her championship? Because guess what? I'm going to say this now. Hiedra can maybe be the one to take the title. I'm not saying she will, but she seems like from last week's match a strong contender. And especially if we have La Toxicas by ringside and we have Catalina and Bailey drama coming into this match. I don't know who's leaving next week as champion, but this gets me really hyped because you never know. Maybe Kalani Jordan shows up in AAA. Because we have all these women coming after the NXT Women Champion, so we don't know if we're going to get some NXT women getting involved next week. But I'm going to just say this now, this match is going to lead into something big. I'm not surprised if this match leads into the next Worlds Collide. Having a match this historical is going to build to something. I just have a feeling. And this is really good that the women are the ones to really start this. That the first ever NXT title defended for AAA will be a women's match, not a man. So it shows that the women's division is really killing it on both brands. Then we had Grande Americano come out and he said he's done with the Americano problem. He dealt with Chad Gable. Now he's focusing on Dominik Mysterio in the AAA Mega Championship. And there's no one who's going to stop him. He's going straight for the gold. But then something shocking happens. So Carmen Petrovich comes out from Evolve and NXT, stalking Americano like a hawk. Then La Garza's come out. So Angel and Roberto. And then Bronco from OTM shows up. And they all beat him down. Then out of nowhere, returning Daga does a killer beatdown as well, kicking the hell out of Grande, and then shows Perros del Mal is back in AAA. Guys, if you don't know who that is, it's a really good faction in AAA. They always have new people, but the last group was in that group. I'm going to list the people. Penta, Tyra Valkyria, Dago. Like, these are like well-renowned wrestlers, big name wrestlers who used to be in this faction. Oh, also John Morrison was also in Perros del Mal. Sorry about that. But we have top guys and girls in this faction. And now they're doing a reboot or like rebirth of it with up and coming rising stars. This is big. And I'm going to say this now, it's a lot of potential for Carmen, for Bronco, and La Garza's, who should be pushed a long time ago, finally getting their flowers. So Undertaker, I see that you see a lot of potential in them, and I cannot wait for this faction. Because they looked pretty dominant, and I never thought, like, all of them together looked really good. I saw the photos of them doing the photo shoot. Perros del Mal does not look bad. Like, this new group of them look pretty dominant. So I cannot wait to see what happens. But it just shows AAA is leveling up every week. We got new factions, new teams, more drama. Historical matches happening almost every week on AAA. And that's why I love AAA and I love Lucha wrestling. So able to watch Lucha every week just gets me so hyped. That's pretty much my review. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for more Lucha action.